Yo, what's going on YouTube? 65 Rider here, coming back to you with another moto vlog, baby. Today we're actually gonna talk about a little upgrade I did to this bike that I promised you I would do a review on the last video. If you haven't seen that one, pause right here, go check that video out, and then come right back over here and finish up this video. So I put a new cam, stage 2, on my 2020 Road Glide Special. Look at it, y'all, looking clean. And I'll actually give you guys a cold start here before I roll out for the day. And I want to show you guys what it sounds like on a cold morning. It's actually pretty cold in Florida this morning. It's like 49, 50, which is pretty odd for our area, but whatever, it'll be nice. All right, let's go ahead and do that cold start. And then I probably have to get the F out of here real quick because I don't want my neighbors to hate me. This thing is loud AF. Ooh, look at those rigid, clean motos shining yellow. Beautiful. Turn off the music. All right, let's do it. Jeez. Like freaking missiles, bro. Holy moly, we need to get out of here. Neighbors are gonna hate me. It's okay though, it's Sunday morning. If they're not up by now at 10:05 a.m., then what are they even doing with their lives? There's the wifey over there, and she says it's loud AF. Alright, let's get out of here.
12 seconds later.
Alright, I'm gonna let it warm up for a second here, but I want you guys to see what it sounds like. I'm outside the neighborhood right now. I just want you guys to hear that chop and let it warm up for a little bit before we hit the road. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Look how the motor is just moving. Boop, 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 boop. Crazy. And the torque, guys, it is incredible. All right, let's hit it. I picked up the bike yesterday, and this sucks, man. I mean, this is one of the annoying things about being a motor vlogger or whatever on YouTube is sometimes shit happens and your audio just doesn't work. So I took a really cool video, a really incredible video, and documented my first impression, documented the entire ride back from All American Cycle. And unfortunately, I got home and opened up that video file to start editing, and to my freaking surprise, man, the mic hadn't recorded anything, unfortunately. And that was pretty freaking annoying. I was not super happy about it, but whatever. It just gives me another reason to go out today and do this video for you guys and talk about it in more depth and more detail as I've ridden it, for a day now at least. So first and foremost, you guys will probably be seeing this video tomorrow, January 1st, since today's December 31st. And I wanted to wish you all a happy new year, a happy 2024 to all of you and your family, and a blessed new year with new beginnings. One of my main goals for this year is to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I'm gonna work my ass on it. Look at this. Insane, bro. Insane amount of torque. Insane amount of torque. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing since yesterday. I've just been ripping it. The torque is crazy. But I gotta watch out. It's a little cool, and tires are probably probably still cold, so gotta watch out. So let's go ahead and get started and tell you guys what I actually did to the bike. So I took it down earlier this week to All American Cycle down in Miramar, Florida. We have you know, the beast George down there at All American Cycle. He's a dyno tuning magician, and I decided to, you know, stick with him as my shop because he came very recommended from a lot of people in the performance bagger scene down here in South Florida. And now I know why, you know. Look at this, I'm in 5th gear going 65 miles an hour and I'm gonna roll the throttle, okay? Look at this. Look at that, look how much it climbs at freaking 5th gear, bro. And yeah, I'm gonna share the actual numbers with you guys. I know a lot of people don't like to do that stuff, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and share the numbers. So I actually don't know 100% what cam is in the bike, but I have my suspicion. I have about a 90% guess of what it is, and I'll wait to confirm what it is before I tell you guys. I'll probably do that in another video, not today, but and you guys might think it's weird, like, hey, how come you don't know what cam went into your bike? And it's just because I respect George down at All American Cycle. He just, you know, I told him, I asked him what it is. He said it's a custom cam that he had been working on with a major distributor. So, but I have a feeling I know what it is, but we'll get into that a little later or in a different video here. So like I mentioned, it's my 2nd day riding this bike with the new setup, and feels like a completely different bike, bro. It's completely changed the throttle response, completely changed how the bike freaking accelerates, and it's like a whole new beast, bro. I've only ridden one bike with a stage 2 on it, and that was a 2021 Fat Bob, I believe, with a 114, and I remember that thing ripped. But with the dyno tuning that went into this one, like, it was unbelievable. As far as numbers go, we'll bring up the dyno sheet up here in a little bit, but I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed, just taken back by the horsepower numbers that we got out of this versus the torque. I'm super happy with the torque, don't get me wrong, but the horsepower numbers were maybe 7 or 8 horsepower off of what I initially expected I would have. And at the end of the day, like they say, you know, my butt dyno can't really tell the difference, but it keeps coming on in the back of my mind, you know, like that number. You know, I expected to get a little bit more horsepower out of it, but the torque number was, you know, was completely there, and it totally made up for it. And it's actually partially my fault regarding the horsepower number, and the reason with that is my exhaust. As you guys know, I have a D&D Bobcat 2-into-1, and it's a mid-length pipe. It's not really a full length, so it goes all the way, you know, it ends right where the axle knot is. And so, you know, as you can probably figure it out, it's like probably not enough back pressure coming out of it. But here, let's do a hit on the highway. Insane, bro. Insane. It just goes in every gear, and the torque is just like, holy moly, you know? But yeah, alright, let's bring up the numbers. Here's the dyno sheet, as you guys can see it right in front of you. And as you can see, we were able to achieve 114.6, I believe, if I remember correctly, because I don't have it in front of me. 114.6 or 0.7 horsepower and 139.5 foot-pound of torque. The torque, like I said, is unbelievable. It's insane. every single gear. Like, look at it, like how it pushes me back, you know, on 6th gear going at 3,000 RPM, which is crazy. And it tops out at 3,500, which is pretty nice. But yeah, these are the numbers. And like looking at the curve, you see how clean that thing goes up. Like there are no dips. It just constantly going up. It doesn't like go up and down and then up again. You don't lose any momentum or any power while you're going up. So the curve looked pretty good to me. As you can tell, I mean, we gained about 28 horsepower from the stage 1 setup that I had. As you know, before I had my air intake, the ventilator with the Arlen Ness, I had the D&D Bobcat exhaust, and I had the Power Vision 4 tuner running on it with a can tune from Field Moto. And the bike ran fine, it was lacking power. As you can see in the dyno graph, we have 86 horsepower and about 115 or 116 foot-pound of torque. So we gained about 15 foot-pound of torque, and we gained about 28 horsepower, which was, I mean, if you ask me, that's a massive gain for just a stage bolt-in stage 2 kit. So when I did the install, or when I took it to All American Cycle to do the install, we got the cam. Obviously we got the adjustable push rods, we got the lifters, we got I don't know what else goes into it, but the additional thing that I went with is I got the SNS 55mm manifold to replace the stock plastic one, because you know, it's plastic versus cast aluminum. And it'll just, you know, would have given me way more reliability for the long term, because since they're already working in there, I don't want to have to ever go back in there with the plastic melting or with the plastic warping or whatever. So I decided to make that change, and I'm glad I did. So that's really it, you know, it's just the cam. Let's hit it. Every year, bro. It's insane. So I'm pretty happy with it, but I have wanted a little bit more horsepower, you know. Yes, obviously nobody doesn't want horsepower, but to be completely honest with you, like, I don't really notice it right now. Maybe I'll notice it long term when I'm going on a long distance trip and I'm like going 80, 90 and I want to hit it. I don't know. Doesn't really faze me that much. The only thing, like, if I were to ever switch out my exhaust and get a full length one, is I have a couple of challenges. The first being that I run 14-inch shocks. So I would either have to get a new swing arm to, you know, give more space for the long pipe, or I'd have to take up that brand new pipe and kind of bang it to make a little dent so that the 14-inch shock would fit and it would clear and I wouldn't have issues clearing the axle knot, basically. So that's the number one challenge. Number two challenge is if I do end up getting a new exhaust, it means I have to take it again and get it dyno tuned, and that costs more money. But the pros would be I'd have, you know, I'd get, you know, the few more horsepower that I was missing. So it'd go from like 114.6 to maybe 124 or 125. In the grand scheme of things, that's not that much, to be honest. And not really stressing about it. But the other pro that would actually be a bigger pro for me is with a longer pipe. I wouldn't have that droning, you know, when I'm riding on the highway or whatever. I have that drone and it's killing my right ear. So with a longer pipe, I would not have that issue, and I wouldn't, you know, have to like wear earplugs or whatever every time I go out. Like I said, man, I mean, I'm satisfied with it right now. You know, it'll kill that need for me to have more power, because I have more than enough, to be honest. and at this current moment I don't need any more. This bike will be, you know, is going to be even more perfect on the highway now, you know, especially trying to overtake people going on 6th gear. I don't have to drop a gear anymore, and that's pretty exciting for me. Maybe I need to upgrade my stereo now since I can't hear my music with the sound of the pipe. Yeah, like going at, like, I'm here on 3rd gear and I'm at 3,000 RPM. If I hit it from here, look at that, dude. That's insane. Insane. So yeah, the torque is really fun. That's why, like, if it had way more horsepower than torque, then I would have been a little annoyed, because you wouldn't get that, you know, you wouldn't get this like rush of the like hold on for your life, like that, you know, you wouldn't have that feeling with higher horsepower, less torque. So I'm more than happy that I got more torque. It's way more fun this way. Alright, I'm gonna stop here at Cycle Gear. I'm meeting up with some friends. If you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and appreciate you hanging around. I really appreciate you subscribing and liking. Coming up next on the channel, we'll start doing some upgrades on the FTR now that we're almost done with the Road Glide, but we do have some additional reviews coming up on some parts and equipment that I have on my Road Glide. I wish you all well, and stay tuned for, you know, another updated review on this cam as I ride it even more and more. I don't think I'll ever be able to go back and ride a stock Harley Davidson Road Glide or whatever. Alright homies, I'll see y'all on the next one. Later.